August 22nd, 2016 was the worst business day of my life because I got a phone call from a repossession company wanting to repossess one of my machines that I thought I had paid for. I was on the phone talking to this guy, and he kept on saying that, well, we had been 243 days delinquent, and I had told him I financed it, but I paid it off, and I'd wrote a check for $37,000 even. And I said, if I get you a copy of that check, is that a big deal, and that would clear all this up? And they said, yeah, no problem. And I was to get on the plane to go to Chicago for pandemonium. So I called my wife and I said, hey, can you go down to the bank and just get me a copy of this check? She went to the bank and called me about an hour later and said, we have a problem, and informed me that we had zero money in 3 accounts, and we had $12.12 in another account. There was nothing you could say at that point. It was just, wow. So I spent 2.5 days in my hotel room, just kind of in shock of the whole thing, but at the same time, mad, angry, upset. I faked that I was sick because I didn't really know what was going on. I actually was pretty sick at that point. Started finding a lot of manipulation on accounts, questions that came up, and that some of my office staff was actually responsible for this. And it had embezzled mass amounts of money out of each account. Not only that, they had also built a tremendous amount of debt. I got back to Houston. I met with the detectives, and we started the investigation from there. So it boils down to, I had a banking relationship for 16 years with this bank. I had an employee that was well into her 6th year. I had an accountant that had been with us for 10 years, an outside accountant. And I had another employee been with us 2 years that was also part of the scheme. My wife Heather and I, we as a family, or as a team, tackled this. We worked about 22 hours a day for the first week, straight, and tried to figure out where exactly we were with all this. It literally took that long just to figure out what the process was to get certain things done. There was so much manipulation in everything. So, kind of after we went from the initial shock, we went into survival mode. Survival mode was basically, hey, let's put as many fires out as fast as we can. Let's repair bridges instead of burn them. Let's get the vendors on our side. Let's work out agreements, payment plans, really whatever we needed to do to stay in business. I did have a number of people tell me, just file for bankruptcy. It'll be easier in the long run, it'll be less painful, and I just didn't feel that was the way to go. That wasn't done. And I think the biggest thing was my family. I wasn't going to give up on my family. And I definitely wasn't going to give up on my employees. They've worked hard, they've helped build the company, and I didn't feel that it was time to just give up. You can give up at any point, but I wasn't going to go down without a fight. We had a meeting, and I sat down with all the staff and basically told them, hey, we're broke. I can't pay you. If you'll stick around, I guarantee I'll pay you. It just might take a week or two. I thought majority of them would walk, for sure, and they all stuck behind me. That first month, I haven't seen a group of guys work so hard. In 6 months, we did over $1 million, and that was in the down part of the season. Normally we do about $500,000. So we've just continued to grow, even with these big time, holes in the bridge, basically. Business is great today. Couldn't be any better. I don't know what our percentage is as far as what we're up this year, but I would say it's in the 30% higher than any revenue year that we've had in the past. I think our projections in March were $3.5 million. That was a low projection, so we're hoping for a huge year now, which would really benefit us. Really, at this time we really need the revenue, but I think we'll be fine. It'll be the best and worst time of my life if I look back on this in 5 years. It'll be all in the past, but you definitely learn from the past and take it into the future. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger, right?